Hello and welcome to Frozen Synapse Live number 16. Today we will be covering the DGL number 10 semis and finals. With me today is Nietzsche.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing fine. How are you doing?
Good. Your audio sounds funny.
Well, I'm currently on a laptop which isn't particularly powerful, so that's probably the cause.
Oh, okay. Does it sound good for everyone out there?
Well, I'm hearing you fine at least.
Okay. I'm asking our viewers.
Yeah. You sound funny, apparently.
I sound funny? Is that just because of the sound of my voice, or do I actually sound bad?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Bit low, apparently. Let's see if there's anything I can do about that. Yeah, I can put a bit higher. There, is that better, people?
Is that better? Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me? Total Wormage, say something. Can you hear me better? Hard to say.
Okay, is this better?
Is this better? Not much better.
Right, let's see then. Is this better?
I don't know. Is this better? Can you hear me better? Still a bit low, but it doesn't matter much. I'd say we just
roll with it. Okay, well, we'll just go with this then. Okay, we'll be covering, as stated, the DGL 10 semis and finals. First up, we have Propost versus who? Worm. Yeah, and it's a charge match. So let's see, there will be some recursion here. Sorry, I'm limited to one screen only today. Kind of sucks. Right.
You have the charge match first?
Yeah.
Okay, which number? Because remember, I sent you two. I was unsure which one it was.
Number 236691, I think.
Are you sure that's right? Because that was played one day before the finals.
Actually, this is Propust and Worm, so that's 184618. So I'm guessing I'll just check. I typed something. And this is running so damn slow. This is why I almost never use my laptop, people. It's, yeah, 184621.
Okay. I'm going there right now.
Right, Propost here has 3 MGs and a shotgunner, while his opponent has 2 grenade launchers, an MG and a shotgunner. This should make for some interesting gameplay. So, unless you have any comments on this, Nietzsche?
No, I would say let's just play through the first turn and see what happens.
Okay.
I guess the purpose is just to show the games.
Yeah, and if there's any freezing or similar, I'm sorry, but this computer just isn't really powerful enough to be doing this kind of stuff. Nothing much happens in the first turn here. Propost maneuvers a bit towards the top and the bottom area, starting to set up a nice perimeter. So, yeah,
everything looks fairly normal.
Yeah.
Here, surprised he didn't leave one of his MGs all the way up top. That is Propast. But other than that, it looks really pretty normal. I would say Propast is probably going to have a difficult time, especially on this turn and the next turn, with regard to anticipating the grenades. Worm can try and send his shotgun forward here, and well, I guess we just have to see how it
Yeah.
goes.
I don't think leaving the MG at the top would have achieved much, really. I mean, it would cover a bit at the top there, but not a lot, and it would be at risk from the grenade launchers.
Yeah, I just mean just having something to cover to potentially cover the really big portion of space up there. And the bid line that's on the other side, that's on the side of the building closest to Propast at the top. It's going to be necessary that he covers that. I would assume that the most natural place would be
Do you remember that
from the very
Propast is
top
the
of the map.
attacker?
But
Do you remember that Propast is the attacker? Worm has to prevent
oh,
Propast from getting
yeah,
to the line,
sorry.
not vice versa.
No, yeah, you're right. I swapped the two. So, okay, I understand what you're saying then. Alright, let's play turn 2.
Yep. Some interesting movements from
Oh, wow.
Propast. He moves his MGs up, thus preventing them from being particularly at risk from grenades, though they're still far from the line now. His shotgunner is quite aggressive down there. It's got a nice position there, but it's of course at risk from grenades.
Yeah,
But
it's interesting that he did that there. Just went forward, not worrying about the potential of a grenade being there, especially since he hadn't scouted the grenade. But it's a nice, risky, aggressive move. It'll be interesting to see what happens on the next turn. If he goes for move in which he would advance his shotgun, and how that'll all work out. So
yeah, Worm is staggering his grenade launchers so that they cover a bigger period of time, so that someone can't just dart past the
Right.
grenade after it's exploded. So that's a pretty neat tactic, though it does come with the disadvantage that one of your grenade launchers has to keep waiting constantly.
right. All right, let's play turn 3.
Ooh, very nice move with his shotgunner there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that shotgunner should probably have been looking the other way, but I don't think Worm actually knew that the shotgunner was down there.
No, he didn't. I mean, I think this is why I said this is all going to be so interesting. I mean, because that whole part was completely unscouted. I'm a little surprised that Worm didn't scout the bottom edge of that building with his shotgunner on the previous turns, and surprised that he just left his shotgunner sort of there like he did.
Yeah, I guess he was expecting attack through the building, not under it.
Yeah, I guess that lack of scouting is probably what sort of gave Propast the needed information to go forward aggressively like that. I don't know though. It's still very interesting play. Yeah, show turn 3 again.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've done
you're-
it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the
yeah.
game is basically won by Propast now, though the grenade might
Yeah.
still be a problem. But I don't
Yeah.
think he can both kill off the grenade and prevent the rest of his team from advancing.
Yeah, this is that's obviously Propast has a decisive advantage at this point. It is odd to me that he didn't at least face his shotgun the other way, as it makes more sense for him to have faced him the other way. Though I guess no, I would say that and of course if he had, he would have taken out the shotgun. So a little odd, but I suppose just a mistake, and Propast was able to capitalize. So let's just play through the rest of the game, I guess.
Yeah, nothing much seems to happen in turn 4. Worm is closing in on the shotgunner, but Propas now has 1 MG over the line and soon 2, so he's pretty much lost now. Worm, that is. And yeah, he takes out the MG and the grenade launcher, so very nicely done here by Propas. He exploited Worm's mistakes very well. He would probably have a pretty hard time winning this match if Worm hadn't made the mistake he did, and if Propas hadn't noticed that mistake and exploited it ruthlessly.
Yeah, but a really nice game. I've never played Worm, but I have played Propas, and he's quite a good player. So congrats to him, or congrats to both players, obviously, for getting this far in the DGL. Let's go to the next one. Are you going to 20 or 18?
20. I have no idea why I started on 21.
I don't know either, but it's
bit
okay.
hard to see stuff as I'm very cramped monitor space right now. I basically have the chat over in one corner, squished into a couple hundred pixels or so. So
yeah,
right.
Sorry, man. Sorry, everyone, for not being around yesterday. I just sort of forgot it was my niece's birthday, and I needed to be around for that, obviously. So
right.
But here I am today, and we're looking at the games.
Yeah. Next up now is Disputed.
Oh, wow. This is going to be a really interesting match.
Yeah, there's lots of walls everywhere, and quite a bit of cover as well.
Yep. Big map, 5 units apiece, and it looks like we have Worm is going to be having a, I was just about to say dynamic duo, but I'm going to say it anyway now, even though it's ridiculously cheesy. The dynamic duo of the rocket launcher and the sniper, which we've seen in a number of Disputed games in the past, and we'll see how he uses them together in this game.
Yep.
I believe that the rocket launcher alone should give him the advantage, but it's always so hard to judge with when you have a powerful yet slowly moving unit, especially in games like Disputed, where mobility can be really important. So let's see how turn 1 plays out.
Yep.
It looks like they're all just spreading their units normally.
Worm isn't using continue on sight.
What'd you say?
He isn't using continue on sight on his MG.
Oh, yeah. He is also firing a very strange rocket, in my opinion. If you look at this, you can very easily tell that that rocket is not going to hit anything.
It will hit the cover.
Yeah. No, of course it will hit something. It will hit the cover, but it won't be at all useful except for the mere fact of taking out that cover.
Well, that cover could be a bit important to Propas, so denying him that cover does make some sense, but still.
I don't really think it makes much sense at all. There's a there's cover immediately behind it as well. I think what he probably thought was that he really couldn't get a rocket launcher shot off, and so he just shot one off anyway. This does screw up the timings a little bit, though he is advancing the rocket launcher. I'm not sure that this will be of any huge consequence, but I personally would probably just have not fired the rocket launcher at all. Although it looks like he probably could have used it to at least, blow up the center building. I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, I obviously, I don't have the pieces in front of me to be able to test things out. But I don't know. I think that the choice of rocket launch was a little errant and a bit erratic. So anyway,
Sure. Well, let's see turn 2 then. Propas goes quite aggressively with one of his shotgunners.
Yeah. But obviously you can test that sort of thing out and see that he can make it across. Nice play from him, though he doesn't move any of his other units, which is a little odd to me, but maybe he's just taking the time to see what his opponent is up to, which is fine in a situation like this where you are facing a rocket launcher.
Well, he does move, but not a lot.
Oh, yeah, he moves a very small amount. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Propas has a very defensive position except for the bottom shotgunner.
Yeah.
I mean, it might go well, but he probably has to get out of there by the end of turn 4 to have any real chance of winning this match.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, I would say that Worm's choice of rocket launch here is a little odd. Obviously, he's, here at least, he's using the rocket, explicitly to get a kill. I don't really see, the strategic value of simply taking out that window. And like I was talking about earlier, like the duo of the rocket launcher and the sniper, which we've seen before and seen players use it really well, increasing the line of sight of the sniper with the rocket launcher. I would rather see just the sort of standard play of blowing up central walls and buildings so that the sniper can see more, rather than these strikes at the flanks, which aren't really coming anywhere close to Propas. So,
Acme, if it's this stripe here, you mean that's just a bullet trail from this MG down here?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Acme is talking about the stream in IRC.
Oh.
So probably just a bullet trail unless you're seeing something more than just that. Anyway, let's play turn 3 now then.
Okay.
Okay, there's apparently more in addition to the bullet trail. Well, not really much I can do about that. Propas basically stands still with most of his units now, while Worm does pull back with his MGs, which makes a lot of sense, really. And
yeah, this is very interesting to me. First of all, that Propas doesn't decide to move very much, and but also that Worm is deciding to keep his units very clumped together in one area of the map. I would say that Propas has the positional advantage here going into turn 4. Even though his units are just are similarly sort of not very spread out, but he does have this shotgun, the number 5, down at the bottom. Depending on where the boxes spawn, I would say that Propas has a little bit better positioning. I'm not sure actually, because now that I look at it, Worm does have his number 3 and number 2 shotguns pretty closely close to the center. So I don't really know. It depends on where the boxes spawn, but I would have liked to see both players fan out a little bit more with regard to the position of their units. But
yeah, I have to agree on that point. Both players are really defensive in this map here, so that makes it a bit less interesting than it could have been. And well, makes victory hard for both of them, really.
Yeah, and I really don't like the fact that Worm keeps. I understand that the rocket last turn, the turn we just saw, was defensive, keeping the shotgun from rushing the position. But I don't like the fact that he hasn't been firing them at all in the center of the map. If Propast had known this, surely he would be advancing his units. And if he were to have advanced his units a little bit more, I would say he would have a far greater positional advantage. So that's the only other thing I would say about his play.
Yeah. So let's play turn 4 here then. Worm does move one of his shotgunners further up, and the boxes spawn, of course. Other than that, he doesn't really move much, while Propast does fan out with 2 of his MGs and move his SG further. With how it's currently set up, it looks like 3 of the boxes are basically Propast's already, while the remaining 2 are easily grabbed by Worm.
Yep. I would say the exact same thing. I think Propast has a pretty easy win here.
Yeah, the only problem is the box above his shotgunner could probably get blocked by Worm's shotgunner up there.
Yeah, it depends on who wins the engagement there. But yeah, it's a little hard to tell. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it turns out. There's still obviously a lot of play left, but I would say Propast has the advantage now, just because of the position of his units. Let's play turn 5.
Yep. Yeah, he takes all 3 of those boxes, while Worm takes the remaining 2, and quite promptly, no, he doesn't die with the boxes. That was another shotgun.
Yeah, see, Propast shotgun, his number 5, as he moved forward, must have won the engagement. So therefore you see Worm bring his number 3 shotgun to a place where he's essentially out of range.
Yeah, but the best thing here is Worm is suiciding his shotgunner with a rocket, losing both of the 2 boxes he's already grabbed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, good call. I have no idea why that's going on.
It's because he had to engage the SG up there. I think he would probably have escaped rocket range if it hadn't been for that shotgunner up there. But even then, he went way too far with his shotgunner. He could have just went to the edge of the box and then back, which would also have saved him from the rocket. So basically, that was a huge, silly mistake.
Yeah, that was a big, kind of terrible mistake there. Yeah, so let's just see how the game finishes out. Obviously, there's not much to say anymore, as
yeah, Worm did what any reasonable person would do in that situation, and well, just accept the defeat after that blunder with his shotgunner there.
Yeah, I would say Worm in general here just didn't play too well with the rocket launcher. Didn't really use that to his advantage very much. And I think, like, if you had seen him firing more towards those central positions, this game would have been far differently, because as you can see at the end, as soon as the box spawned, Propast and Worm, I mean, you end up having to collapse on the center. But Propast's position with regards to the center was just far more advantageous, and he ended up just slipping away with 3 boxes and winning the game. So
yeah,
I don't know. It looks like you haven't played turn 6 yet. So
I played it. I think I did.
Okay.
And wait, what this Sorry, that was the wrong match. Right, 18. And yeah, this is the secure match. And yeah, here Propast has 4 MGs versus 3 MGs and a sniper. With this many open spaces, the sniper is actually kind of useful on this map, especially since there's only 1 out of 4 units, so it definitely doesn't make any huge disadvantages, at least for Worm here. Propast bids is maybe a bit bigger than it should be. I don't really see the need for bidding that building here as well, though it does let him cover the doorway a bit quicker, but he could have easily done that from just the 9 boxes to the left.
I don't know. I think it's a fairly okay bid. I mean, it all sort of depends on, I don't know, a lot of sort of what he could be expecting and other things. But anyway, let's just see how turn 1 plays out. Because I would say Worm's position is a little tricky, but he does have some things he can do to try and grab an advantage, especially with that sniper. So
yeah.
So play turn 1.
Propast actually moves upwards with his MGs, thus getting a nice kill on one of Worm's MGs. This is the type of move very seldomly seen in Secure, as most defenders will just stand still or move a little bit within the area on the first turn.
Yeah, that was a nice move from Propast. Expecting Worm to start one of his units there and getting the nice kill by distraction on that unit. So nice, very nice there. I like what he does with this number 4 MG. That's really crucial. I don't really like what he's doing with his sniper, because he's basically just isolating that unit from the rest of his army. I would like to see, I would much rather like to see one of the MGs work together with the sniper to try and get an advantage on the open space in the bottom area. I would also like to see, well, actually, that'd be the only thing I would say. I would say is that that Worm could be in a better position right now if he had an MG working with the sniper, so that the sniper provided covering fire for the MG's advance, and that would be, I would say, an interesting way you could try to pressure Propast's bid.
True that. Let's play turn 2 then.
Yeah.
Worm pulls back a little and gets his MG at the top a bit further down, and he's now covering the bottom half of Propast's area.
Yeah.
Yeah, his moves make a lot of sense, but he does have a pretty limited time to actually try to win this game, so they might be a bit too defensive.
Yeah, he has to start moving here very soon. And now you can see that the sniper down at the bottom would be incredibly useful if it had another unit along with it. This would make Propast's defense a lot harder. Anyway.
Yeah,
let's look at turn 3.
Yeah, Worm gets his 2 MGs together, but
Yeah.
still isn't really doing much here. It will be hard for him to attack really anywhere right now, as Propast has a huge unit advantage. So.
Yeah, he can't really be doing what he's doing, I don't think. He has to be more active. He has to try something very risky. And I don't really think that what he's doing right now is it. I think when you lose a unit like that, your best bet is to strike early in just a unique way. And I just don't really like this style of play. I mean that Worm's doing right now. But